patriarchy also might be creating an expectation that women are more assertive than they feel they are. So they feel obligated to devouring mother.
Patriarchy makes us slaves. That's the problem.
Forget about assholeness. Let's just say confidence, or let's say assertiveness. Assertiveness is a better word.
Own your assertiveness.
Yeah.
How does that open you up for criticism or gaslighting?
It only opens you up if you allow it. But if you're not practiced, then and somebody comes at you with a judgment, you might go, you hit me with this and you hit me with that. And now I think this about myself because I don't have a defined sense of self. So I'm going to take on your story about me.
Well, because girls are supposed to be sugar and spice and everything nice.
So if you own confidence too much publicly, then that somehow opens you up to somebody judging your confidence, and that just hits you to the core? Is that what you're describing?
Something like that.
How many guys have this experience here? Any?
Sounds like confidence but insecurity at the same time. If you have confidence...
Well, it might be true, but I don't think this is a normal guy experience. Holly seems like she resonates, so it might be a common female.
Is it a false posturing?
I'm saying not if you are a massively, like a genuinely assertive person. I'm not talking about a genuinely assertive person. I'm talking about somebody who is not comfortable being assertive, which is most women.
Like Holly.
Most women.
Maybe most. Okay.
Average woman is not comfortable being assertive. Why do you think we have all this stuff about
I could buy it.
Mansplaining?
A lot. Maybe not most, but a good amount.
I'm too scared of being assertive. Why are they so hung up on the mansplaining thing and yelling at you guys about mansplaining? It's because it's an inability to be assertive. If a woman was able to be assertive,
maybe part of that article talked about patriarchy. Patriarchy poisoned mothers and daughters. So patriarchy also might be creating an expectation that women are more assertive than they feel they are. So they feel obligated to devouring mother.
Patriarchy makes us slaves. That's the problem.
It's a lot of posturing.
So they over posture.
Right.
From patriarchy
to compensation,
to
compensate from slavery.
So then from us guys, we're reading them face value at posturing.
Because you guys aren't
posture.
We
posture and we hit each other
surrendering
when we posture. So then
what is
if
with this
women are posturing, we're going to hit you back and then...
Right, and then the woman cries and goes, you evil man. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
But you're sending a wrong signal to guys if there's this over-posturing that somehow was taught from somewhere, patriarchy, devouring mother, codependence, who knows. And then guys are going to take it face value.
Yeah, so if you're taking it at face value, then is it getting you somewhere?
Well, no. If I take it at face value, I'm going to act like me and another guy.
Right.
We're going to meet the same force because that's the message you're sending.
Yep. And that's what we were talking about, Nihama, earlier about the bantering thing. Like, it's like if you give that energy off and, are you ready to receive it? You know what I mean?
So then when we meet it full force and then you overreact because you're not ready for the full force, then we see your overreaction as an escalation to meet you back at higher force.
Right. Now you've got a fight on your hands.
Because from a guy standpoint, that's how a guy meets another guy. That's
and then you can't play with you can't play with you then, Holly. Then it becomes it's a serious.
I'm trying to help you guys. You don't have to explain it to me. Ooh. I'm a woman.
Oh, we don't have any problems. Okay. So we don't need to be explained.
Help me, please.
See? So it can be playful. See? It's so simple. It's so simple.
I think it's certainly, I want to acknowledge the riskiness both on the side of men and women, because even if I'm being genuinely assertive, there is always, given the world that we live in, someone who's going to look at me and see their ex. And I'm going to say the word, sometimes, and they're going to interpret it as all the time. So even if I am being genuinely assertive, the risk I take by practicing, by playing, by putting myself in play spaces, is I'm going to come across people who aren't even, they can't even conceive of the play. They're just you're escalating right away, immediately, so it is a dangerous game to play, today's world.
But it depends on how you see assertive. One assertiveness is a type of behavior. The other assertiveness is being really grounded in yourself. So they're very different things.
Yeah, if the assertiveness if one approaches assertiveness as a version of attack all the time, then you have to expect in that messed up situation that someone else is going to respond with an attack. So you've provoked the fight, even though you think that you were just being assertive. You started with an attack instead of just being assertive. Assertive is not an attack.
Right. That wouldn't be true assertiveness. That would be insecurity.
Right. Which
but the behavior,
when it's not in the true self, when you're not actually coming at it from being secure and being able to recognize you're sort of caught up in a story.
And assertiveness, if you're labeling it assertiveness,
then it's not going to be defensiveness or attack.
Assertiveness just happens. If you're trying to be assertive or evaluating yourself on assertiveness, you ain't got game.
Right, exactly. That's what I should have. Yeah, if you think it's assertiveness, but you're actually attacking, it's not assertiveness.
Yeah.
And if someone was able
you're not thinking about assertiveness if you're assertive. You're
being
in the moment.
Right. And that was my point before. Yeah.
Because if for me, if someone was coming across as assertive and I noticed it, then they've lost the game. It's only when it's done in sort of stealth, like it is done because their whole being was present, and then I'm totally.
So this is a problem of therapists and self-help trying to teach confidence and assertiveness, because then the pointers of confidence and assertiveness gets in the way of accomplishing it. They just fake confidence. They fake posturing. That's not real posturing.
It's the opposite.
That's no game. That's where I'm saying I've lost my game. I know what game is. I still have some game, but I've lost my old game. Patriarchy also might be creating an expectation that women are more assertive than they feel they are. So they feel obligated to devouring
patriarchy makes us slaves. That's the problem.